My name is Dixie Rolette Jeffrey. I am a certified coach, and I am really passionate about being mentally, emotionally, and spiritually healthy. I call those places the intangible places inside of you, those things that we can't see or touch or feel, but we know that they're real, that they're there, and they definitely affect our lives. And today I want to talk about something that's very personal, but I want to start with an analogy that will hopefully help this to make sense. I work on computers every day. Part of my job is using a computer. And when it's working great, I love it, right? It does all the things I need it to do and it functions like it's supposed to, and it's wonderful. But when it doesn't, it is so frustrating. It is infuriating sometimes. You just need it to do something and it just doesn't do it. It freezes, whatever it is. And one of the things I've found over the years is because I don't know a lot about computers. So when something goes wrong, I feel really helpless. I try all the things that I know to get the thing to work like it's supposed to. And then I usually end up reaching out for help. But for example, if you think about the way our computers are set up, the way they work, there's like software, and I don't know much about computers, so forgive me if I say things wrong, but, they have programs that work and software that's in the computers and different things that you're supposed to be using these computers for. And sometimes, wires get crossed, not literally, but, in the computer world somehow, and things don't work like they're supposed to. Some of the things that I know about that cause issues are they call cookies, right? There's different things that come into your computer. Sometimes we have a virus in our computer, these different kinds of things. So I want you to think about for a second, if there's something wrong with my computer and it's not working like it's supposed to, me not knowing a lot about computers, some of the things that I might try to do, and you might see how futile this is, but I might, clean my monitor. Maybe my screen is stuck, so I clean my monitor. And maybe, my keyboard's not responding, and so I, tip it over and dump all the gunk out of it. And, maybe if my mouse isn't doing what it needs to do, I change the batteries. Even the tower, right? I know the problem is probably inside of that box somehow, but I don't know how it works. I don't know what it does. But sometimes I'll get the spray air and I'll spray all the dust out of it, those kind of things. And you see how, all those things I'm doing, it's not like they're bad, but they're not fixing the problem. The problem is inside that computer. It's inside with the programming, with something that's going on in there. It's just not doing what it's supposed to do. So, for me, like I've learned over the years, a couple things that really help is to reboot the computer, to just turn it off, give it a second, turn it back on. A lot of times that fixes it, and the crazy as that is. And if it doesn't, then that's when I reach out to our IT department and say, okay, I can't make it work. What do I need to do? And somebody who knows about computers will come and they'll, start looking into it, try to get it fixed. The reason I'm giving you this analogy is because I believe that we in our intangible parts are very much like that. I believe that we as people are the most intricate, detailed computer system ever created. We have so many different intricate parts and programs and things that work inside of us that are just mind-blowing. They're just incredible. And a lot of times what happens with us, and it definitely happened with me, is things are not working like they're supposed to. Depression happens or anger issues or different things are happening. And I don't know why. I don't understand how it works, just like I am with the computer. So what I try to do, what a lot of people try to do, is we try to fix the things we know, right? We'll fix the monitor, right? We'll try to change what we look like on the outside. We'll try to change maybe our actions. We'll try to do different things. I know for me, I tried to control everything. I tried to make sure my house was clean all the time and my kids behaved a certain way. And I tried to control everything that I could see and feel. And then, I became very religious. I started following all these different rules at church. I was trying to do all these things on the outside, which was like cleaning my monitor and changing the battery in my keyboard or in my mouse and fixing my keyboard, all these different kinds of things. I knew there was something wrong, but I didn't know how to fix it. I didn't know what to do. And as crazy as it sounds, one of the things I'm learning is that a reboot, just like it helps with our computer, a lot of times helps with us. So what I mean by that we hear a lot of talk right now about being mindful and about, doing meditation and different things like that. And I really didn't understand what that meant. I remember hearing somebody talking, and they were saying, you just go in and you just make everything quiet and you just be still and you go into this place. And, I had no idea what they were talking about. My mind never shuts up. It's always talking. It's always got something to say. And even when I would try to be quiet, try to be still within, there would still be this voice that would be there, almost, making it impossible for me to just sit there and be quiet. But some of the things that I've learned over the last, while, as I've been really delving into this, is just that, there is a way to get into where the problem is. And it really is through meditation. It really is kind of that reboot. It's like stopping the busyness, stopping the running and going and doing all that time, and really focusing on the inside. Now, for me, I can't sit there and be quiet and have no thoughts and nothing going on in my mind. So what I've done is I've really directed my thoughts. And for me, I look at it and I say, okay, where is the problem? The problem is not out here. It's not this. It's not, not that we don't have other problems too, but, for me, it was it was internal. Most of my problems were internal. And so I had to go inside to start looking at those. And so for me, I practice something that I call visualization. And it's been very, very helpful because, like I said, I couldn't just be still. So what I've done is I've gone inside and I picture this place. I picture a garden inside. And I've heard several different authors use this same analogy. So I don't know if there's, a reason behind that or not. But for me, I picture this garden. It's a place inside that I can go and I can kind of see what's going on inside of me, all in my mind. So for example, I will, in the morning before I start my day, I will close my eyes. I will visualize going inside, and I'm kind of looking for specific things, right? Anything that's not working right. Where is the sadness coming from? Where is the anger coming from? Where is this frustration or whatever? And as I close my eyes and I visualize this place, I've started to see that a lot of those things are represented in my mind. That's where the injuries took place. That the words that were spoken, the things that were done, the rejections, the pains, the different things, and it goes clear back, to when I was a kid. And so for me, I go into this place and I can start to see, I literally picture in my mind garbage on the ground. And those garbage could be words that were said, kids that teased me, or, something a teacher said that really hurt me, or what, something another person did that hurt me. And I can pick those things up in my mind and put them in the garbage. I can picture things, words and thoughts and things like that as weeds, and I can pull them out. And what I'm starting to find is, as the more I do that, I've been doing it for a while now, and the more I do that, the more I see that it starts to work like it's supposed to. My program is doing better. I'm intentionally focusing on the area where the problem is, and I'm going in and addressing that problem. And, even something like, a big wound, a big hurt that's been in my life, I picture it just like a garden, and I picture this plant. Sometimes these bushes or things that are growing in a garden, they have stickers on them and things like that, and they're painful, they're hard to deal with. And so in my mind, I'll get a shovel and I will dig that thing out, and I will, cut down all the branches or whatever it is, and it's really representing inside of me something that's been hurt. So to me, it's very personal. What I do, where I go inside, is going to be different than where you go. And I tried the other things. I tried, going to an IT. I went to a counselor and said, hey, there's something wrong. Can you fix it? But what I'm finding is it's so personal. Those injuries, those things that are cluttering up that space inside of us are so personal that really you're the only one. You have to go in and you have to find those things that are causing you to not work as you were designed, and get rid of them. And I wanted to share that with you because for me, I was always looking for a solution. It's great that it's supposed to work like this, but that's not how mine is working. And I need a solution. I don't need a pill. I need to fix this. I need to get this so that it's working like it's supposed to. And I have found this practice of going inside and dealing with those things in a visualizing way. I picture, it has to be something inside of me. That's where the damage is. That's where the pain is. It doesn't matter how much I clean this monitor. the hurt is still inside. So anyway, hopefully that gives you something to think about. And I would ask you the question, if there was a garden inside of you, what would it look like today? And I hope that you'll take the time and recognize the value of going in and getting that place all cleaned up and making it a beautiful place for you to be. Thanks. Have a good day.